What's up, everyone? Tonight was the July 5th edition of AEW Dynamite. The show kicked off with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland taking on Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy. This was the start of the Blind Eliminator Tag Team Tournament. And this is actually a really good opener. If you haven't checked it out, I would say go check it out. Despite the fact that Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland just got out of a feud between one another, I still say they looked pretty good here as a tag team. But nonetheless, Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin got the win here, which was kind of to be expected. And yeah, I thought it was a really good way to open up the show. Tony Schiavone actually talked with Jungle Boy, and Jungle Boy was talking about how Hook, like what he did last week, was just not good, and he was actually the reason why he was at the show tonight because he wanted to talk to Tony Khan because he wanted an FTW championship match, but before he could, Hook actually went after Jungle Boy, and Jungle Boy went in his car and he left off, and yep, Hook and Jungle Boy. Which I don't necessarily think he might need to talk to Tony Khan. I can easily see Tony Khan looking at this like, all right, these two are going to fight each other for the belt. I'll make it official one way or another. Now, we saw a lot of tag team matches tonight. I know one of these was the Acclaim and Billy Gunn taking on the Bollywood Boys and the Blade. Your typical six-man tag. This just didn't really last long. I just felt like the Acclaim and Daddy Ass, to get some momentum. Um, and yeah, they got the win here, and there was really nothing more they could say about that. But there, this Harley Cameron girl, I don't know who this girl thinks she is, but she's still trying to make moves on the Acclaim, which is just weird. Like this Harley Cameron girl, like it's just weird for me. But we did get a segment between Chris Jericho. He was pretty much saying that he's been suffering a lot of losses these past couple of months, and it is good to be back in in Canada here tonight. Training with Stu Hart. Just reminiscing the days, and another Canadian sort of came out tonight. Don Callis came out, and yeah, he and Chris Jericho. I think this was really the first time Don Callis and Chris Jericho really had a face-to-face confrontation. So these two went at it here, and yeah, Don was pretty much like inviting Chris to like join his little new faction he's got going on, and Jericho didn't say no, but he didn't say yes. He said maybe. Jericho even said that he doesn't like join factions; he creates them. This was a nice little segment between both guys, and this is interesting here. Maybe this is the way of to have Chris Jericho leave the Jericho Appreciation Society. You can argue that Stable hasn't just really, it hasn't done anyone favors, honestly. And Jericho, I've been saying that if he's not going to take a break, which I have said that he might need to, maybe this could be good for Jericho. Joining up with a new faction, like I said, starting over, because right now, the stuff Jericho's just been doing these past couple of months haven't really been all that fun. Speaking of fun, MJF and Adam Cole took on Matt Menard and the Butcher. Your typical tag team match here. MJF was getting beat up most of the match, but once he made that tag to Adam Cole, it was all over. And the segment afterwards I thought was really cool. MJF, being the entertainer that he is, he put on a little happy birthday celebration for Adam Cole. And Adam Cole, at first he was like, Max, like, I really, really don't like what you're doing. But at the end he was like, thanks, buddy. Which, take it what you will, take it with a grain of salt, take it Adam Cole might be joking, or Adam Cole might actually be right and actually, enjoyed the appreciation that Max did to him tonight. Take it what you will. I thought it was a nice segment to end the match, and yeah, that was really pretty much it. So a rematch from the Owen Hart Cup tournament finals last year pins Ruby Soho versus Dr. Britt Baker DMD against one another. And honestly, I watched the match, and this was a good match. This was a really really good match, I thought, between both women. Um, I'm glad they gave it to Ruby Soho. Say what you will about the Outcast, but Dr. Britt Baker did not need this win. Britt Baker doesn't need this tournament again. I feel like having Ruby Soho finally get her win back was good. And yeah, Sky Blue actually appeared with her, so those two are going to face next week. Um, so that should be really good as well. As you can see in the picture here, this is the main event. Willa Yuta, Kenny Omega. This was a really good match, I thought, despite the fact that Kenny's been, like Willa said, he's been kind of damaged. He lost to Double or Nothing. He lost to Will Ospreay. He still looked good tonight. And, Willa Yuta as well. Yeah, overall, I thought the ending was really cool. And I thought this was overall a really good episode of AEW Dynamite. So there's really nothing more I could say about it. But I want to say something here. I will be doing my SmackDown review this Friday night, but AEW Rampage will be celebrating their 100 episodes. So I'm going to actually go ahead and do a review of AEW Rampage in celebration of the 100 episodes. So I might even talk about AEW Collision as well. I know the main match is Punk versus Samoa Joe, so I might check that out as well. But I hope y'all enjoyed my Dynamite review. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.